Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our council meeting. We'll call the meeting to order here at a regular council meeting of the Weyburn City Council held in the council chambers at 5 p.m. Monday, October 22nd, 2018. The first thing that we wish to do is approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting and the strategic planning priorities meeting held October 9th, 2018, which will be found on our website. Do we have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion, Your Worship.
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Mr. Warren, are there any additions to council?
Your Worship, no additions from administration.
Members of council, any additions to council? With no additions, we move on to, we have no public hearings and notices, no delegations, proclamations, or petitions at this point in time. The first is we have reports of different standing committees. We have a very brief discussion here by Mr. Van Betju on the Police Commission. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. A regular meeting of the Weyburn Police Commission was held in the Administrative Boardroom, 4 p.m. Tuesday, October 16th. The minutes from the previous meeting were presented and accepted. In reports, Chief Pritchard presented the Mayor's report for the month of September 2018. In 2018, September comparison to 2017, the crimes against persons had decreased by 1, crimes against property has decreased by 14, and total calls for service has increased by 160. The calls for service year to date showing an increase by 637 or 15.1%. Chief Pritchard then provided his verbal report. The accounts payable report for September 2018 was presented and accepted. By law enforcement, Chief Pritchard provided a by law enforcement activity report for September 2018. There were no new complaints reported to the board for September, but the chief updated the board on ongoing complaints. There were 48 parking tickets issued in September. Chief Pritchard advised he is working on a new process for the property maintenance bylaw, which will include a fine schedule. The chief will provide to the city clerk prior to November 13th council meeting for her review. Chief Pritchard presented the September Weyburn Humane Society stat report. At the end of September, there were 5 dogs and 20 cats at the shelter, with none fostered. Chief Pritchard provided information on the community safety officer job description as per the request of the board at the September meeting. The board discussed the various duties and responsibilities of the position, and the report was received and filed. Under new business, Chief Pritchard advised of an interim HR policy being drafted. The board discussed the time frame between recreational cannabis usage by police members and reporting for duty, and the mayor suggested it be the same as in the military, which is 24 hours. Moved by Councillor Van Betju and seconded by Councillor Bailey. That regarding the time recreational cannabis usage to going on duty be set at 24-hour minimum, in addition to the requirement that the police member must be fit for duty. The board instructed the chief to advise his members that they must require all police officers to go at least 24 hours from the time of cannabis usage before reporting for duty. This was carried unanimously. Chief Pritchard advised of a survey conducted by the University of Regina on community perception of the Weyburn Police Service and the CTSS in Weyburn area. Weyburn Police will have an opportunity to develop specific questions, and the cost of their survey will be $5,000. Chief Pritchard advised $5,000 can come out of the provincial CTSS funding. Councillor Van Betju inquired if the board could see these questions prior to the survey and add some in that they wanted included, and the chief advised that they can. Chief Pritchard advised the process will start in December or January of next year. Chief Pritchard advised he will be providing the survey questions to the board prior to the survey being performed. Board members stated this will be valuable information and assist in the strategic plan going forward. Chief Pritchard advised he and the Deputy Chief wish to develop a 4-year strategic plan for the Weyburn Police Service, outlining goals and measurable objectives that could be modified in response to changing environment. The plan would include a statement of commitment, a vision statement, mission statement, and strategic themes. Chief Pritchard advised he hopes to have a plan in place by January 2019. The meeting was adjourned.
Any questions? Just to add to a little bit as the head of the police commission, this just so that as Mr. Van Vetcher read this in, just for points of clarification to both the council and to the public that are seeing this, that number one, that our police department's policy is with all this recreational marijuana going in forward, there's a lot of different issues going around throughout the country and a lot of different police departments. Calgary has issued a 28-day no use of recreational tobacco, recreational marijuana, which basically gets down to that they want to null and void it. We didn't take that position, but we took the military's one where they said military has 2, which will say 8 hours if you're doing paperwork and 24 hours if you're doing vehicles or weapons, and our police department has, and that's where we develop. Health Canada also put out a notice that which Mr. Pritchard gave to us, that they said that there should be no driving of vehicles within 24 hours of use. So that basically gets down to that once the officer is on duty, there should be no use of recreational marijuana. So there's a lot of issues going around. Also, too, is that we moved to this survey that some of the public are going to be asked to request to fill out. An approach to ask about is a survey as to how they feel their police department is operating for you within the community, what you'd like to see the differences and everything. And that goes into our strategic plan, which we've been wanting, which the police commission has been talking about for years, that simply we're going to have a strategic plan as to what we want to move forward and how we want to see and shape our police department. Our police departments are very unique here in Saskatchewan in that we have police boards on here that we govern our policing. Although we govern the laws of the country, we also have control as to how our police department actually operates. And they're going to present a strategic plan which will be both placed, our mottos will be placed within the City Hall and the police department and on the patrol cars eventually as we move forward with that. So those are the plans that we're moving forward. The police department is our community, and it's always said the people are the policing is the people, and that's how we're moving forward with that. The next one, we have our Youth Council Mayor, Mr. Field, is going to deliver us a report from the Youth Council. Go ahead.
Thank you. A meeting of the City of Weyburn's Youth Council was held at the Weyburn City Hall Chambers at 4 p.m. on Thursday, October 11th, and some business that was discussed included cannabis legalization and the impact on the youth in the community of Weyburn. We will discuss this further at the next meeting with even a presentation from the Chief of Police. We also talked about a Youth Council social media strategy. We will make an Instagram page that will be coordinated by the city PR coordinator. However, we will be responsible for sending our own pictures and discussing what type of content we would like to post. We also discussed some activities and ideas and events that would be facilitated by the City of Weyburn of interest to youth in the community. We'll continue to discuss ways to engage the youth in Weyburn and provide some entertainment for young people as well. We also talked about different ways that we can connect and network with other youth councils across the province, including possibly arranging a joint meeting on Skype with other youth councils. As well, the Youth Council made a motion to recommend that Council appoints Lincoln Alexander to fill the last vacant seat on the Youth Council at this meeting. Lincoln is present tonight. Thank you.
Very good. And we most certainly, as a representative of the council, we most certainly welcome your input to our meetings to attach our youth within the city to show that they are going to be the people that are moving forward, and they can shape as we, the council, design and look forward 10 years and 15 years down the road, that we are making, including you in the plans, because you'll be the ones taking over the plans of the city. So we thank you for all your input. Any other comments, councillors? So can we have a motion to adopt these reports and have them filed?
Your Worship, I'll make a motion that we adopt these reports.
Second?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. I should also like to just enter into the minutes of the meeting that Mr. Richards is absent at this point in time. And so we are running with 6 council members this night. We have consent agenda, the taxation collection report.
Your Worship, I'll make the motion whoops, there we go, that the following items on the consent agenda be accepted as presented. Taxation collection report, September 2018, accounts receivable report, September 2018, and our water treatment plan report, September 2018.
Second?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. We now move forward to the Youth Council member appointment, Lincoln Alexander. Do you have a motion, please?
Sorry, Your Worship, yes, I have that one. I'd be very pleased to make a motion that Lincoln Alexander, Weyburn Comprehensive School student, be appointed to the Weyburn Youth Council to June 30th, 2019. Welcome, my friend.
Second?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
And with that, call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Lincoln, welcome. Step over here. What, please? Yes, you. Yeah, we have a motion. I believe that on the accounts payable is everything was, you made a motion that you accept all that stuff. So do you have the accounts payable? You have to read that motion.
That was just the
Consent agenda. Yeah, so. Okay, accounts payable, do you have that motion?
Okay, Your Worship, I make a motion that the purchase in the amount of $503,706.62 from October 5th to October 18, 2018 be passed for payment. The purchase include quick pays in the amount of $1,045.19 and accounts payable in the amount of $397,734.99.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Call the question. All in favor? Carried unanimously. There are no introduction of bylaws. There's no unfinished business at this point in time. There's no new business. This is a very fast meeting. So we're down to inquiries and announcements. Any inquiries? Mr. Mickle?
I have one, Your Worship. I'm very pleased to make this one. I'll get it. Your Worship, on Friday, the Weyburn Bantam Young Fellow Falcons have captured the league title in football. Weyburn defeated the Moose Jaw Razorbacks 21-14 in Moose Jaw to claim this title. Congratulations to the coaching staff, players, and parents of these fine young players. Gentlemen, a job well done.
We are, I am, myself and Mr. Warren are going to the Mayor's Caucus and Administrators meeting on Thursday, and I will make sure that I make note to the Mayor of Swift Current that we beat them out to the finals, and the Mayor of Moose Jaw that we beat them there. So we will make sure that that is well known at the Mayor's Caucus on there. So we may be one of the smaller cities in the top 10, but we most certainly showed that we can be a viable one. Is there Government Road, Mr. Kishta, is finally open. We thank you. Yes, I know that at this point in time, it seems a little rough, but the snow will come, we'll grade it, it'll be good. And we'll also most certainly, this is just, it may be rough, but this is just a capping for the winter, just so that we can all use the road, so it'll be very good that way. I want to also make note on one other thing that was brought to my attention on with all the sports going on, that November 9th to 11th, Weyburn Minor Hockey is having a super tournament here in the whole Remembrance Day weekend. We are expecting upwards of 40 teams to be playing, both in Weyburn, using the Weyburn ice, Yellowgrass ice, Mydale ice. There's going to be a super tournament. It's going to bring probably 40 teams, probably over 1,200 people to the city is what they're estimating within that time. So we congratulate the Weyburn Minor Hockey for doing this type of tournament here into our city, that the businesses, I'm sure, will all appreciate that, and we wish them all the best of luck in running their tournament and that it'll work well. So that is very good that they had this tournament. Gentlemen, any other announcements?
I have one more, Your Worship. I just want to make this comment. Our engineer, when he started with us in January, his hair was totally dark, and the government road issue has put some gray spots in there. So I'm ever glad, Your Worship, that this thing is done, because you'd be like me soon.
Yeah. There are no notice of motions. There is no request for clarifications, no committee of the whole. And with that, this has been a very, very quick meeting of council. It's very light. The future ones coming up will be more in detail as we have budget items and other items coming up in the future. But for this meeting, we are calling for adjournment of this council meeting. Thank you.